What is up, awesome people of the internet? Guys, happy Saturday. We made it to Saturday. It's a great day. Guys, last night was a very, very, very long night. Very long night. And I know some of y'all probably didn't get a chance to watch all the games and whatnot. But in this stream, we're going to go through the games that happened last night. Yeah. So I'm gonna do something slightly different, and let me know in the chat what y'all think about it. So, also, first of all, welcome to Quita in the Mornings. My name is Quita. We are in the mornings, and we're talking about some women's hoops because that's what we do here, right? Because women's hoops are amazing. All right, so I'm gonna do something different today, and let me know in the chat what y'all think about it. So, I'm gonna do a quick rundown of all 4 games that happened yesterday, and I'm going to do a quick recap, just like quick, biggest things you need to know kind of. And then after that, we're going to go back to the games and walk through them one by one. So it'll be like a quick recap that'll gloss over a whole bunch of stuff to just give you like the main picture. And then we'll go one by one, taking more time to go through them. So basically what I wanted to do was kind of like have like a TLDR type of thing. So like if you don't have that much time, the first couple minutes is your thing, where I'm gonna breeze through them, and then we'll talk in detail. So okay. So after I do this, let me know in the chat what y'all think about it, because this is an experimentation, guys. I'm interested in a whole bunch of stuff. And the style is, kind of like, hey, flexible, I would say. So yeah. Anyway. So let's talk through yesterday's games, because yesterday we got some comebacks, some clutch threes, international players breaking out and doing their thing, and we saw Skylar Diggins doing Skylar Diggins things, guys. Friday night in the W was pure chaos, and I, for one, loved every single minute of it. We saw 4 games, 3 games that actually happened at the same exact time. So let's break down everything you all need to know and what you missed about what I would consider the wildest night of the WNBA season so far. Okay, let's start off. Let's start off by talking about the Minnesota Lynx and how they pulled off an insane comeback that makes you be like, man, I thought Connecticut had this game, and all of a sudden, boom, Minnesota. Crazy run at the end. Minnesota trailed the Connecticut Sun by like 15 points with 5 minutes left to go in the game, and then it felt like Minnesota was like, actually, we're better than this team. and then it was over from there. They locked down on the defense. They got the offense moving and grooving. And a 23-2 run later. Yeah, I said 23-2 run later. And the Minnesota Lynx win. Narrowly, they win. Nafisa Collier did her thing. She ended up dropping 33 points yesterday, 11 rebounds. She basically took over late, while Natisha Heidemann had a masterful game, guys. She was clutch in the fourth quarter. And the Minnesota Lynx hold the Connecticut Sun scoreless in the final about 4.5 minutes to walk away with the 76-70 win. Nafisa Collier is now the leading scorer. She is the leading scorer in the WNBA when it comes to points per game. And Minnesota is still undefeated. They are 4-0 on the season. And the Connecticut Sun, they had a really good game. They really thought they were going to get their first win of the season. However, they are 0-3 to start the season. All right, next up, let's talk a little bit about the Las Vegas Aces versus the Washington Mystics, because this was another game that it looked like the Mystics were about to hand the Aces another L. We saw rookies Sonia Citron and Kiki Ira-Afin were straight up balling, right? Citron, 19 points. Kiki Ira-Afin, double-double, 17 and 13. With a little bit under 4 minutes left. The Washington Mystics were up. I think they were up by like 9 points or something like that. And then Jackie Young and Jewell Loyd were basically like, nope, not tonight. We're better than you. We're not losing to rookies who don't even have their best player in Brittany Sykes, who did not even play in yesterday's game because she was hurt, right? They were like, actually, no, we're not losing to you. No, we're not losing to you. And Jackie Young ended up dropping 13 points in that fourth quarter. The Las Vegas Aces stepped up their defense. They ended up tying the game late. And with like less than 3 seconds left to go, Jewell Loyd knocks down the go-ahead 3-point shot in the corner to win this game. It was cash. And with that, it was game over. So, final score. The Aces take down the Mystics narrowly by the hair of their chinny chin chin. 75-72. Jackie Young did her thing, 25 points for her. A'ja Wilson, of course, double again, and then some. Here's the fun fact. Yesterday, A'ja Wilson became the first player, she became the sixth player, I should say, ever in WNBA history to record at least 4,500 points, 2,000 rebounds, 500 assists, 400 blocks, and 200 steals. Now, there's always some record or somebody moving up the records basically every single night. And yesterday, A'ja Wilson was doing her thing. Even though she didn't have to carry this team as much, it was Jackie Young who really carried the team. All right, next up. From the Aces to the Golden State Valkyries, where the French rookies helped to lift the Golden State Valkyries to their first road win, even though the win was in LA. So let's go to LA, where the Golden State Valkyries picked up their first win. It was a very, very, very sweet revenge against the LA Sparks. We saw for the LA Sparks, De'Ara Canby was doing her thing in this one. She had 25 points, was doing her thing in the fourth quarter. She tried her best to give LA a fighting chance, but Golden State was like, you know what? We're not going to let our lead drop. We're not going to lose this game. And it was Carla Late and Janelle Salon, the French rookies, who absolutely took over in this game. Carla Late, 19 points for her. Salon, 18 points from the get-go. They were both doing their thing, including hitting some huge 3-point buckets. And they had a fantastic run. Actually, several fantastic runs in this game. And it was like, okay, all right, the Valkyries are doing their thing. What are the Sparks going to do? Are the Sparks going to be able to make a late game spark? And yes, they did, right? We saw a 25-9 second quarter by Golden State, and in the fourth quarter, we saw LA try to make some sort of a comeback, but with a lot of players missing, a lot of players missing. Yeah, Ray Burrell, Rakia Jackson, Cameron Brink. Yeah. They had a lot of players missing, and they just could not make it happen. They couldn't make it happen. LA was a team that in their last game I think they struggled with turnovers, and this game they struggled as well. They also just struggled to be able to hit jumpers and just score. Like they went stretches without scoring, without getting a field goal. They tried to claw back late, but they just couldn't close the gap. Ultimately, the Valkyries win another one, 82-73. The Sparks are now 1-3 on the season. And guys, are we turning into a possible rivalry? I mean, it's not quite yet. It's going to take a while for this to be a rivalry between Golden State and LA. But I think it'd be great for the league if this was a rivalry. I think this would be very, very good for the league. So LA Sparks 1-3 so far on the season. The Valkyries 2-1. Well, I'm going to talk about them more in a sec because great job, Valkyries. All right, next up, let's talk about the Seattle Storm. This was, I believe, their home opener. And Skylar Diggins-Smith, guys, and Nneka Ogwumike put on a show, guys. Skylar Diggins-Smith dropped 24 points in this one. She was being vintage Skylar, or I think I might have said Skylar Diggins-Smith. Skylar Diggins had a fantastic game in this one. She was like vintage Skylar. And it was very, very fun to see. I must say, Skylar ended up dropping 24 points, 14 assists, guys. 14 assists. I believe it tied a record for the Seattle Storm, which was pretty cool. Nneka Ogwumike also had a big game as well. 24 points for her as well. And the Seattle Storm got a taste of sweet victory. Yeah. They got sweet revenge against the Phoenix Mercury, who they just lost to. And so, yeah. Yeah. That was pretty cool to see. This is, this was a game that was a battle. It was back and forth throughout. So many lead changes, but in the final couple minutes of this game, it was just like the Mercury, they got cold. They went cold. They ended up tying it, but then the Seattle Storm went on a run to end the game in the last 5 minutes, I think, and it was over from there. Tons of missed shots by the Phoenix Mercury, turnovers, and Skylar Diggins-Smith and Nneka Ogwumike ultimately get the job done for the Seattle Storm. And Seattle, they improved to 2-1 on the season, and Mercury get handed their first loss. Final score: Storm 77, Mercury 70. All right. So to recap, and we're gonna talk more in detail about these games. But to recap, the Lynx had a scare, but they're still cruising along. Jackie Young and Jewell Loyd are straight up cold-blooded. And Jewell Loyd, she switched out. She had the black mask to start the game, and I believe she switched out to the clear or whatever mask. And she's found in her groove with the Las Vegas Aces. The Golden State Valkyries might have the best international duo in the league, and Skylar Diggins is back on her all WNBA self in terms of playing. So if you like to hear recaps like this, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you all like to just know what's going on. Maybe you couldn't watch all the games. Maybe you don't have. I was able to watch the 3 games at once, and I would hover over whose audio broadcast I wanted to listen to. But yeah, if y'all like this, hit that subscribe, hit that like. Now that we've kind of done a really quick, I thought that was pretty quick. That took about 10 minutes. Okay, that was a quick overview of the games that happened yesterday. Now let's go into detail. About what happened yesterday. Let's go into detail. First, let's start off with the Minnesota Lynx. As I said earlier, we saw Minnesota come back in this game and get the dub. Now, there's several things I want to talk about. Actually, Amelia says, now how do you watch 3 games at once? I don't know if this is available on everywhere or whatever, but through YouTube TV, I pay for WNBA League Pass. I also have Ion. And so I was watching, I believe I was watching WNBA League Pass through YouTube TV. And you can watch all 3 at the same. If there's 3 games happening at the same time, you can watch all 3. And then you just move the audio tab to whatever you're interested in. So yeah, I think that should be available to most people through WNBA League Pass. WNBA League Pass, though, if you subscribe to that. I mean, I watch WNBA League Pass not through the WNBA website. I watch it actually through YouTube TV. So hopefully that's helpful. Anyway, let's talk about the Minnesota Lynx and the Connecticut Sun. Now, this game, truly, I ended up making a TikTok video, in the third quarter or something like that, because I wanted to talk through the Connecticut Sun, and like Connecticut was knocking down shot after shot after shot after shot. Like they were on their big one, Connecticut. And I was like, okay. Connecticut was draining threes left and right. Like I think like the first 3 quarters of the game, it was all Connecticut and their ability to just drain shots, right? In the first quarter, I think they had like three threes. We end up seeing them knock down like 5 threes, I think, in the second quarter. Like they were insane in their shooting. They were everywhere. The third quarter, they kind of started to go down a little bit. And that's when Minnesota was like, okay, I think we kind of need to start working on some stuff. I think we need to start making some stuff happen. And then the fourth quarter, it was kind of over. But I want to talk about a couple things for Connecticut. Okay, Connecticut. I gotta say, guys, Marina Mabrey is straight up balling, guys. The thing to know, guys, is that we end up seeing Lindsay Allen start for this game. She was a starting point guard for this game, but she went out early. We end up seeing what's her name? Bria Hartley. We ended up seeing Bria Hartley come in the game really, really early in that first quarter, and it was kind of odd. And then the announcers ended up saying that there was an injury. I didn't see the injury, but Lindsay Allen got hurt in the first couple 2 minutes of the game, and so she went out. And so basically, we have the entire game with Connecticut playing without their point guard, and I thought they did a good job for the majority of the game until the fourth quarter, when they just kind of fell apart in a way. Well, I'd say third and fourth quarter when they kind of fell apart. But Marina Mabrey showed up and showed out. I think she didn't want to be on this team, clearly. She can't seem to have made it known that she wanted to leave Connecticut, but seems like she has fully embraced being there, and I think she's been a huge spark for this team. She had 22 points in this game. Yes, not so efficient. She got very inefficient towards the end of the game when her shot just wasn't falling as much. But I like Marina in this game. I was like, you better go on, girl. You better go on, girl. And the Connecticut Sun, they have this girl. Her name is Haley Peters. I didn't really know anything about her until she came to this team this year. But she is someone who can, knock down some threes, can make an impact, and I like it. So she gave some good minutes off the bench. She ultimately ended up with 12 points in this one. Yesterday was the first game that we saw Anissa Morrow come in. She barely played. She played like 1 or 2 minutes, something like that. Like she barely played in this one. But it was good to see her out there. Got a little bit of something. She did get 2 quick fouls though. It's like, dang. dang. But yeah. Marina did her thing. I thought Haley Peters played some good minutes. Sanaya Rivers, guys. I love watching Sanaya Rivers play. Now, Sanaya Rivers, I think she is going to be one of those secondary point guard type of players for this squad going forward. I thought there were times where she was kind of like playing the point, and I thought she did a pretty decent job. Now, at times, does she make some mistakes? Yes, but again, I really, really, really like Sanaya Rivers on this team. She ultimately had 11 points in this one, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. She played some really good defense as well, 2 blocks, 3 steals. Y'all, I'm telling you, this is early. However, Sanaya Rivers, I'm telling you, I said it in preseason. This is going to be her team. I'm telling you. She has to work through some stuff. I would say just to be able to read the game a little bit better. But she's doing a good job so far. She is doing a good job so far. So again, shout out to Sanaya Rivers, man. Olivia Nelson-Adota, had a good game as well. Double, 10 points, 10 rebounds. She did her thing. Tina Charles had a very quiet game. A very, very quiet game. I mean, that's not, 4 points for Tina Charles is not great. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. That was the Connecticut Sun. I thought they played well. I did. For like 3 quarters, basically, I thought they played well. And then they just kind of fell apart. Kind of fell apart when with like 4 to 5 minutes left in the game, we ended up seeing the Connecticut Sun forget how to run an offense. Now, some of that is the fact that they didn't have an actual point guard. Like, they didn't have their normal point guard out there. Like, Lindsay Allen was not out there, and I think that had Lindsay Allen been able to like finish out the game, I'm not saying that Minnesota wouldn't have won, but I am saying that I don't think the Lynx would have held the Sun scoreless for the last several minutes of this game. Like, I don't think that would have happened if Lindsay Allen was healthy, but she went out, and it is what it is. And so, yeah. Okay, now let's talk about the Minnesota Lynx, guys, because the benefit of having a team like the Minnesota Lynx is that if you are having a bad night, it is okay. It is A-okay because, guys, we talked about Angel going field goalless in the game on Thursday, and Courtney Williams was field goalless yesterday. Courtney Williams couldn't hit anything. 3-point shot, couldn't hit it. Her normal mid-range bucket couldn't hit. She couldn't hit anything. There was a lid on the basket for Courtney Williams, the starting point guard for the Minnesota Lynx. Usually, Courtney Williams is a big-time scorer. Normally, she is giving her team bucket after bucket after bucket after bucket, right? Usually, right? And I mean, the first game of the season, she had like 23 points, or 25 points, I should say. And she just struggle fest. Like, she couldn't do anything. Not only that, she was turning over the basketball too, right? Courtney Williams finished the game 0 for 11, 0 points, 3 turnovers. Yeah, she did rebound the basketball. 5 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 assists. Here's the thing. Sometimes you have those games. Sometimes you just can't get anything. And these are good shots. Like, it wasn't like Courtney Williams was just jacking stuff up there. She wasn't. A lot of those shots, I would say, like 50%, 60% of those shots were shots that she's made in the past. Like, they weren't horrible shots. She just couldn't hit anything. And sometimes that happens. But what separates a team like a Chicago Sky from a team like a Minnesota Lynx is that when Courtney Williams has a bad game and is really off, she has other players who will fill in the gap. Courtney Williams couldn't do anything. So what did Coach Cheryl Reeve do? What did she do? She put in Natisha Heidemann. Natisha Heidemann saved this game for the Minnesota Lynx. Like she absolutely closed out this game with huge buckets. Huge buckets late in that second half for Natisha Heidemann. And so it's just like, hey, Courtney, it's okay. We had those games. I got your back. 11 points for Natisha Heidemann, including big ones in the fourth quarter when the game was on the line. Okay? Not only that, but we saw Napheesa Collier be MVP in this game as well. 33 points, 11 boards. She just, what can you say? What can you say about Napheesa Collier? She is someone who will get to the line. She's gonna find her way to get to the line. Okay, 8 of 10 from the free throw line, but Napheesa Collier, 33 points. Like she was actually struggling a little bit to start the game, and then she just boom, get your weight up. Get your weight up when you're going against Napheesa Collier, because she's gonna rock out. She's gonna rock out. All right. So not only did Natisha Heidemann give you some great minutes off the bench, not only was MVP or whatever. I don't know. I gotta work out how to say that. Anyway, not only was Napheesa doing her thing, but you also had everybody else doing just a little bit to get the dub. Jessica Shepard comes off the bench once again, and Jessica Shepard, man, she is just like she just brings so much energy, so much confidence, and is like, boom, I got this. Now, in this game, Alana Smith also played bad in this one, right? I mean, not bad, but like she wasn't offensively doing a whole bunch of stuff. She kept getting in foul trouble. Like she just, she fouling left and right. And, sometimes you had those games. So not only did you have one starter who was really off today, you had two starters who was really off today. Or yesterday, I should say. And others step up. Jessica Shepard, big minutes in this game. 13 points for her. 6 boards, 4 assists. Like Jessica Shepard was just a little bit of like she was all over the court, making an impact. And she was doing her thing. So like, that's what I'm saying. This is what separates teams that wind up losing versus teams that wind up winning. Because even if some of your key players don't show up, you have others who come off the bench and make some stuff happen. Like truly. It separates the decent from the great when that can happen. And I just want to talk about that because that's something that's just, it's special. Yo, Heidemann, y'all, the combo of Heidemann and Courtney Williams is just the gift that keeps on giving for the Minnesota Lynx. They're just too good. Too good. Okay? Shay says MVP. Yeah. Lindy loves Courtney Williams' dad. Yeah. Courtney Williams' dad is amazing. Like, guys, did y'all know that Courtney Williams and her dad have a podcast? Listen to it. I think it's awesome. I think her dad is so cool. Like, and they're just alike. They like you could tell that's her father. That's her dad. Yeah. I love it. I love it. But yeah, sometimes you have bad games, and can the rest of your team step up? Heidemann did win that game. Yes. Yeah. Yes. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. And you know, it's I remember we were tied up. We had like a minute to go. We were tied up, and Natisha Heidemann drained a 3-point basket to give the Minnesota Lynx a 3-point lead late in the fourth quarter, which is why we started to see the Connecticut Sun have to start. You know, they had to start fouling because time was winding down. Shamika says, I've watched every episode of the podcast. They are so real. I love that. Yeah. I forgot the name of the podcast, but here, I'm going to Google it real quick. But absolutely, Courtney Williams and her dad, listen to that podcast. Okay, so it's called Courtney's Daddy and Her. Courtney's Daddy and Her. That's the name of the podcast. Listen to it. Let it bless your soul. Let it bless your soul. Courtney's Daddy and Her. Listen to that, okay? All right. Nancy says Minnesota's last 4 minutes was incredible. Yeah. Because they shut down the Connecticut Sun. They shut them down, guys. Here's the thing. With 5 minutes to go in the game, Connecticut had 68 points. They had 68 points with 5 minutes left to go. 5 minutes left to go, 68 points. So it was 68 Connecticut, 53 Minnesota. 68-53. 5 minutes to go. Then all of a sudden, Connecticut scores 2 buckets to finish out the game, and Minnesota goes on a huge, huge run and goes from 53 points to 76 points to close out the game. Dog. She said, I love how she says daddy. Quita never change. Here's the thing, when I say daddy, it just sounds weird. It just sounds very, very strange. Very, very. I know a lot of people say that, or like dad. I don't know. It feels very weird to me. So it's daddy. It's daddy. That's what it is. Yeah, Dave. Huge run in the fourth quarter. It was insane. Oh, y'all. Kentucky Rick just dropped a link to Courtney and her dad's podcast. Listen to it. Okay. Thank you, Kentucky, for Kentucky. Thank you, Rick, or Kentucky Rick, for putting that in. Yeah, great. Check it out after this stream, of course. Check it out. Okay. Shay says the teams predicted at the bottom are balling out. Yeah, they're doing their thing. You won't regret it, Mike. You won't regret it. Listen to it after this. Okay. I'm all about letting y'all know, getting y'all on game. Okay, about what's going on. Thank you so much, Shamika, for the super chat. Says YouTube TV needs to sponsor you for that, Quita. I have advocated for YouTube TV so much on this channel for free because here's the thing, YouTube TV is the best cable platform in America. It just is. If you like sports, that is in my opinion, the one cable subscription you need to get. Truly. Now, I wish they paid me. They're not. I'm saying it because I really do believe it's true. I've been paying for YouTube TV for forever. Now, do they keep raising their prices? Yes, and I hate that. I hate that they keep raising their prices, but it's a great platform that just gives me most of what I need. Okay, most of what I need in terms of sports content, and then I have to pay for Prime, and I have to, there's some other stuff I have to pay for, but overall, it gives me what I need, and I love that. Okay, so anyway, shout out to YouTube TV. Y'all should sponsor me. Absolutely, y'all should sponsor me. Maybe for the WNBA playoffs. I'm just saying, YouTube TV, because usually YouTube TV is a sponsor for the WNBA playoffs. And so like, hey, sponsor me, okay? Or at least give me a couple months free for my subscription. I don't know, do something. Because I pay. Here's the thing: I pay YouTube TV, and I pay YouTube for no ads. So I pay them twice a month. I pay Google twice a month, which is annoying. But I got to do it because I hate commercials on YouTube, and even though commercials are necessary, so please watch the commercials. I'm sorry, please watch them because it helps the creators out to get a little bit of income from that. But I don't like watching it, so I pay YouTube to not have to watch commercials, and then I pay for YouTube TV because YouTube TV is great. So anyway, Angie, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, what happened to I think you mean Tina Charles? Yeah, she wasn't that effective yesterday. I mean, in terms of efficiency, yeah, she was technically someone who should be able to offer more to her team, but she was just off, right? This is the same Tina Charles that, in the last couple of games she's been balling, right? Against Vegas, she had like 20 points, right? Against Washington, she had 23 points. And against Minnesota, she just couldn't do anything. And it wasn't like she was in foul trouble, she just couldn't hit shots. And Angie, thank you again for that second super chat. Says, hit that like button. Yes. Do it for the algorithm. Do it for the channel. Hit that like button. It really does help the channel out a whole lot. Okay? All right? Yeah, Terrence. YouTube TV has severely increased in price, which is annoying. I don't like that. I am not a fan of that. Okay? Will says, I got League Pass 2 times this year, and I'm kind of mad about it. You can't log in on YouTube if you purchase on the WNBA app. Just FYI, if you're considering it. Yes, that's correct. So I pay twice for WNBA League Pass. All right. I'm supposed to only pay once because they're like, supposedly I'm supposed to get a code from the WNBA on how to get League Pass for free because I'm a season ticket holder. But like last year, I forgot that like they sent me the code. And so by the time I saw it, it expired and I already had to buy it anyway. And then this year they said they sent the code. I haven't seen it hit my inbox. But my subscription is about to auto renew in like the next, I don't know, like 2 weeks, I think. Cause I have 2 yearly League Pass, subscriptions. I have one that's specifically for YouTube because Will is right. You cannot, if you pay for WNBA League Pass through the WNBA app, you cannot log in on YouTube with that. You have to buy it again on YouTube. But the benefit is, well, not benefit, but the thing to note is if you buy WNBA League Pass on YouTube, that means you can access it on YouTube and YouTube TV. So I don't have 3 subscriptions. I have 2 for League Pass. I have one that is strictly for YouTube and YouTube TV, and I have one that I can use on the WNBA website and WNBA app. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, sir, Lee said League Pass is pretty inexpensive, hard to pass up on. Yeah, so which is why I don't mind paying twice for it. Tisha says, I didn't see the code. I emailed my ticket rep and got it, so reach out. Yeah, I need to. The problem is I just keep forgetting. Like the guy, he sent us an email like a couple of days ago. He was like, hey, reminder, you got to send the code. And I was like, what? I didn't get a code. But yeah, if you are a season ticket holder, you are supposed to get free access to WNBA League Pass. Okay, your ticket rep should have, or supposedly they emailed you. I didn't get an email. At least I didn't see it, and I checked my spam too. I didn't see it. Anyway, I gotta reach out to him. Okay. Sir says WNBA app is on Roku TV. That's where I watch most games. Okay, good to know. Shamika says, an important note on YouTube TV, you can do all kinds of things, like save games, multi-view, and notifications for game start times, and etc. Yeah. That's why I decided to pay again to get access to it on YouTube TV, because YouTube TV is amazing. Like being able to watch it on YouTube TV is amazing. Like truly. And again, I wish they sponsored me. I wish. James said, thanks so much for the super chat. James says, that is nuts. They need to fix that. Meaning, not having to buy it twice to watch it. I mean, it's one of those things where like YouTube is like, hey, if we're gonna allow you the ability to purchase our thing, on our platform, we want a huge cut to that. And so it makes sense why they do it the way they do. I believe the NFL does the same thing. Where it's if you buy it through YouTube TV, it's just through YouTube TV. But I believe that does the NBA. I believe they all do. I believe most of the major sports things they do it that way as well. I believe, because YouTube wants their cut, and so they're like, hey, you need to make it separate. So that way we can get our money if people want to watch it on our platform. All right. So that's that. Man, I feel like we have gone 5 hours on one thing. on one thing. All right. Next up, let's talk real quick about the Aces. So here's the thing about the Aces. I totally thought that the Aces were about to lose yesterday. Like, honestly, guys, I was kind of getting excited by the Washington Mystics. Like, I was like, again, truly, I don't really care who wins these games. But I do like the underdog. I do like seeing the underdog win and make stuff happen. And what I saw, the fight I saw, the hustle I saw from the Washington Mystics was amazing. Let me set the scene for y'all. Let me set the scene, okay? So, the Washington Mystics, they were 2-1 coming into this game, going to Vegas, going against the two-time champs, right? Going against big time names and whatnot, and the Washington Mystics, at the last second, basically, got their best player on the injured list. Here's the thing. This team played without much notice. They played without Brittany Sykes, guys. They played without Brittany Sykes. And I want you to understand how great Brittany Sykes is. Brittany Sykes, so far this year, is averaging 26.3 points a game. 26.3. Brittany Sykes. Okay? She was balling for this team. And Brittany Sykes, I didn't know she wasn't playing until the broadcast starts. And the announcers say that Brittany Sykes is out. And I was like, what? Brittany Sykes is out? What happened? So Brittany Sykes, basically, kind of last minute, it's announced that Brittany Sykes is not playing. The person who gives you 26.3 points a game, she's not available. Not available. And it was like, okay, what's going on? And I say that's basically what I was thinking in this game. It was like, to start, I was like, what is going on? I forgot what they said the injury was. So if somebody remembers, Let me know in the chat if somebody remembers what exactly the injury was. I don't remember what the injury was. However, moral of the story, she was out. She's done. Okay. Now, we got to see how this Washington Mystics team can make up for 26 points, guys. It's not like Brittany Sykes was just, a decent player and whatnot. Like, no, guys. No. This is that's a lot to make it through, right? That's a whole lot to make it through. Leg injury. Thank you for that. Thank you, because I couldn't remember. Thank you, Coco, for the super chat. Salute to you. Really do appreciate it. But yeah, so leg injury. Thank y'all for letting me know. I couldn't remember what it was. But anyway, leg injury. Brittany Sykes is out. Okay? So when that happens, you're like, okay, well, I mean, you can kind of forget this game. This game is a loss. This game is a absolute positively loss, in my opinion, when I saw that she was out. Because remember, guys, it's not like Brittany Sykes was the only player out for the Minnesota Lynx. The Minnesota Lynx still have Aaliyah Edwards out, right? And Shakira Austin didn't play. And so you're just down a lot of players. And so what happens? The young players step up. And I don't think I have a graphic of this. I wish I did. I wish I had a graphic of this. Sorry. I'm talking so much about the Washington Mystics while I am showing a graphic of Jackie Young. I know that's a weird juxtaposition. However, X is down. Twitter is down right now, and Twitter is where I normally get my graphics, and I can't grab the graphics, so it is what it is. Anyway, the Washington Mystics and their young core show up and show out. Kiki Ira-Offin, I have talked about this every game. So every Washington Mystics game, I've talked afterwards about Kiki Ira-Offin and how impressive she is. Kiki Ira-Offin, she's going against the reigning MVP in Asia Wilson. And Kiki Ira-Offin was unafraid. Unafraid, girl. I was like, you better do your thing, girl. Okay. She not crazy efficient, but like 17 points, 13 rebounds. This was someone who was in her bag, guys. 3 straight double-doubles for Kiki Ira-Offin? Kiki Ira-Offin is doing something that is rare. Kiki Ira-Offin is about to go on her own double-double streak. Last year when Angel went on this huge double-double streak, Kiki Ira-Offin, dog. It's starting for her. This streak of double-doubles is starting. She is averaging on the season so far. She's averaging 14.5 points, 10.8 rebounds a game. She is doing her big one. And the thing I love is she knows that she is going against some big-time players. Does she shy away? No, she doesn't. Does she shrink and try to get out the paint? No, she does not. This girl is making her impact. And the best thing about it is she is unafraid, guys. She's getting to the rim and she's scoring. And I'm just like, OMG, you better do your thing, Kiki Ira-Offin. You better do your thing. Huge game for her. Huge. I think this was the most points that she scored yesterday. It was great to see. Great to see. Also, another thing to note is that, because of the injury to Brittany Sykes, Jade Melbourne And Suge Sutton had to step up in this one. They had to step up. And they did. Jade Melvin knocking down a couple threes. She had 14 points in this game. You know, making some big baskets when it mattered. And Suge Sutton played some really good minutes as well. Here's the thing. Like, these starters, they played a lot of minutes. Kiki RFN, 35 minutes. Steph Dolson, 29 minutes. Suge Sutton, 33 minutes. Sonia Citron, 36 minutes. Jade Melvin, 35 minutes. A lot of minutes. A lot of minutes for these starters. And they all stepped up, guys. They all stepped up, guys. And it was good to see. 14 points for Jade Melvin. 10 points for Suge Sutton. Stephanie Dolson knocked down some threes as well. 8 points for her. But also the thing I love, Steph Dolson was actually kind of flirting with a double-double. But not in points and rebounds, but actually in points and assists. Stephanie Dolson, her shot wasn't falling as much yesterday, but she was passing that basketball, guys. Passing the basketball. 8 points, 8 assists for Steph Dolson, 6 rebounds. She was big in this game as well. Absolutely. And yes, Amelia, y'all, can we listen to Amelia real quick? I think because I mentioned Angel's name, some people feel like they have to like tear her down or whatever. Here's the thing. You can, no, that was such a good comment. I'm about to put that back up. Amelia said, you can appreciate a player without tearing down another. Yes. Guys, can we please keep that in mind? You don't have to tear down other people just to say somebody's playing well. Okay? You don't. All right? And I feel like this is a reminder that people will have to continue to get. So Amelia, hey, as many streams as you are in, put that in the chat, because I kind of just want to pin that. I kind of just want to pin that comment. You can appreciate a player without tearing down another. Okay? You can. You absolutely can. All right? Okay. Anyway, so we continue to talk about the Washington Mystics. We're continuing to talk about the Mystics. Let's talk about the player I haven't talked about just yet, but the player that I also love to watch play, Sonia Citron. Guys, I truly, coming into this season, I did not expect Sonia Citron to be as good as she is. I didn't, guys. I did not. Okay? I did not expect Sonia Citron to be putting up the numbers that she's putting up. Didn't expect it. And I feel like it's a mix of, yes, Sonia Citron is built for the WNBA. Hands down, built for the WNBA. But I don't think it's just that, guys. I think the role that she plays with the Washington Mystics and the role that Sydney Johnson is putting her in, it's showing off her brain in a lot of ways. Like, there are and both Kiki and Finn as well. Like, they're not only are they playing great basketball, their basketball IQ is like, man, oh, okay. Like, some of the decisions that they're making on the court, especially like, guys, we need to see more of 1-2 action between Sonia and Kiki. I'm just saying. I think we need to see more of that. But anyway, their basketball IQ is really, really, really good. Sonia Citron yesterday, 6 of 11 from the field, 4 of 6 from the 3-point line. She ended up with 19 points in this game. Big, 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 guys. And I'm just looking back and I'm just like, dang. She could have been on the Chicago Sky. But yeah, you got two real smart girls. You got Stanford and you got Notre Dame. That's accounted for, and they got some brains. They got some big brains. Okay, and they making their brains work. I'm just saying, this is dog. Yes, sir. Yes, absolutely. There's just some stuff, and I'm just like, this Washington Mystics team is fantastic. I'm just saying. I really, really, really like this Washington Mystics team. I really like this team. And this young core, that's where it's at. That is where it is at, guys. And to think, they made some great trades. WBZ says USC not Stanford. I mean, she spent the majority of her. Well, no, what was she 2 years at Stanford, 2 years at USC? So I guess both USC and Stanford for Kiki Irafin, right? Was she? No, she. Wait, actually, I can't even remember. Yeah, she was with USC last year, right? Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, I just the Mystics. Yeah. And Guy, you're right. Sidney Johnson is a really good coach. It's organized, but also free flowing, their offense. And it seems like there is like multiple options a lot of times when like during the various offenses that they run, like the plays that they run and whatnot. And to think he was on the Sky bench last year, just as an assistant coach, and now he's leading this very, very young team, and I love to see it. So yes, the Washington Mystics are great. Yes, they have some great players who did step up with oh, there we go. Thank you. 3 years Stanford, 1 year at USC. You did have a lot of players step up, and you did see that stuff happen. So great, fan-freaking-tastic. But I think down the stretch, especially as we got into the fourth quarter, the loss of Brittany Sykes took its toll on this Washington Mystics team. This team showed a lot of guts, showed a lot of promise. They were doing their thing. However, when the rubber hits the road and you need to close out a game, the Washington Mystics went cold. And they missed shot after shot after shot after shot after shot. And the Las Vegas Aces was like, let's turn up the defensive intensity. Let's turn on the Jets a little bit. And let's make it happen. And they did just that. We came into the fourth quarter with the Washington Mystics up. It was 59-50 going into the fourth quarter. And in the fourth quarter, the Aces they took over, right? Jackie Young took over, right? You saw Jewell Loyd. Both get into the free throw line and make some stuff happen, and just everybody started to make an impact, making it for the Las Vegas Aces, and the Mystics. They just couldn't hang on. Couldn't hang on. Yeah, Nancy, just like Connecticut. Yeah. They just, because it was clear that both teams let's tie these two together. Like the Connecticut Sun game, Connecticut Sun versus Lynx game. Part of the reason why I think they struggled so much in that fourth quarter is because they did not have Lindsey Allen, who could kind of like right the ship in a way and get them to sort of calm down and get some good plays in, right? And it was just not good for the last like 5 minutes or so in that Connecticut and Minnesota game. In a similar way, this Washington Mystics team, while they played great, they did, and they should be very proud of themselves. They should hold their heads up high. However, there was a hole for the Washington Mystics, and it was very clear in the fourth quarter what that hole was, and it was veteran leadership on the court by Brittany Sykes. And that's what lost this team the game. Now, did they play the best they possibly could have? Yes, they did. Again, this is a moral victory for the Washington Mystics. It truly is. You hung with the Aces without your best player, like moral victory for sure. But in that fourth quarter, you saw the fact that they didn't have the experience to get the job done once the Aces said, hey, we're turning on the Jets. We are turning on the Jets in the fourth quarter. That was the difference, guys. That was the difference in this one. Turnovers, missed shots, just struggling a little bit. And that's the results. That is the results. Again, as I said earlier, Beyond, I'm not saying that Lindsey Allen is like this awesome point guard, like top of the league or whatever. But what I am saying is that she is the floor general for the Connecticut Sun. And I don't think Connecticut would have went on that big of a drought if Lindsey Allen was there. I don't. Now, do I think they would have won? I'm not sure. As I said earlier, I'm not sure if they would have won. But I don't think we would have saw Minnesota make as big of a run as they did. And we wouldn't have seen that Connecticut Sun team collapse as much as they did if Lindsey Allen was there. Personally, that's my opinion. But no, I'm not saying that she's like the greatest point guard ever. No. But I am saying that like there's something to that. There's something to that. Tulip says experience won Aces and Lynx game in the fourth. Yeah. Fourth quarter is when games are won and lost. And, both the Connecticut Sun and the Washington Mystics had the game going into the fourth quarter. And then the buzzsaw hit them and they couldn't react in time and whatnot. So real quick, let's talk about the Aces. I'm not going to spend as much time on the Aces as I did on the Mystics, just because I don't want this to be a 2-hour long stream. Okay, we're already an hour in. But a couple of things I want to say. First of all, this was a pretty, I would say, embarrassing-ish game for the Las Vegas Aces. Now, the Aces lucked out in winning this game. The Aces had no business losing to the Mystics for as long as they did. No business, guys. Now, this was a fantastic game for the Mystics. Abso-freaking-lutely, right? At one point, they were leading by like 12 points. Like they were doing their thing. But for the Aces, dog, y'all, this is not the same. This is not the same Las Vegas Aces team. It's just not. Like it's just not, guys. It's not. All right. And it was very clear that I was like, this is not your previous team, right? Now, here's the deal. Kia Stokes usually doesn't score that much. Usually Kia Stokes is not a scorer, right? She doesn't do much of anything. No, actually, no, that's not true. She is a defensive player. She's a defensive player. She is someone who won't score but can get rebounds and can make some stuff happen that way. But in terms of scoring, yeah, she normally doesn't do much of anything in terms of scoring, right? Typically, right? Last year, Kia Stokes started most of the games this year, and she averaged a whopping 1.4 points a game. That's what she averaged. 1.4 points a game she averaged last year, right? Because her thing is defense. She starts because she's tall. She can play defense. She, for the most part, won't get fouled out, and she'll grab rebounds. That's why she plays. That's why she starts. But this year, she is not scoring at all, and I think we're now getting to the point where her not scoring is actually hurting this team. Like before, I didn't think she needed to score. Like it was like, no, Kia, just let Kia rebound and let Kia play defense. Like she didn't need to score. Now, with the changes that this team have made, with the personnel changes and whatnot, I actually think Kia Stokes is in a position where she actually does need to score. Now, we're only 3 games in so far, but so far, after 3 games for Kia Stokes, she still hasn't scored, right? She's averaged around 19 minutes a game, and she has not scored so far. Now, defensively, Kia Stokes is still that girl, right? Kia Stokes is still doing her thing on the defensive end. She's still rebounding. She's still doing stuff. So this is not me being like, oh, Kia Stokes is a terrible player. My point is, Kia Stokes has to start scoring at least 4 to 5 points a game, at least. Like I truly believe that in order for this Aces team to do something, they have to have her score at least 4 to 5 points. I'm just saying. Okay. So that's my spiel on Kia Stokes. Again, defensively, rebounds, she got that. She has that. She absolutely has that. And yes, Lisa, yes. That's what I'm saying. Defensively, this is her thing, right? And so yes, of course she's going to play and whatnot, but what my point is, just eventually like 4 to 5 points a game. Like the rest of what Kia Stokes does, no issue. But at some point, I think she just has to score at least that. Now, this is not me railing on Kia Stokes. That's not what I'm doing. This is just me pointing out something that, yes, this team won. Absolutely. And were you a big part of that team, of this team winning? Yes, you were. You absolutely was. However, at least 4 to 5 points. At least be some sort of a threat on the court. At least. Okay, next up, let's talk about A'ja Wilson. A'ja Wilson struggled yesterday, I would say. Overall struggle. But I will say this. Did you all notice that, like, it felt like at times, especially like later in the game, A'ja Wilson was kind of playing decoy. Like even that last 3-point shot, the 3-point shot that Jewell Loyd got to win the game. If you notice, like the reason why Jewell Loyd got such a great look is whoever was guarding Jewell Loyd, but like A'ja Wilson had the basketball and we saw Jewell Loyd's defender kind of like edging towards A'ja because of course A'ja's the best player on the team, so of course you're gonna focus on her. And A'ja saw that and was like, boom. Let me get it to Jewell. Jewell gets the basketball, and Jewell was struggling in the game. She was struggling. Like this game was primarily Jackie Young's game, right? Jewell was struggling, but Jewell got the basketball. Boom, 3-point shot. Like, A'ja Wilson is effective at being a decoy. Right? Because when A'ja Wilson gets the ball, everybody knows how good she is. Like, she's going to get doubled. She's going to get tripled. She's going to have all the defenders looking at her when she has the basketball. And sometimes you got to play decoy. Ball gets in your hands. And it's like, everybody looking at you. So make the right play, get your teammates involved, and make some stuff happen. Here's the thing. I think that's something that we're going to continue to see the Aces do as the season goes on. A'ja is going to get all the attention, and she is going to be looking for her teammates and getting them involved. 5 assists for A'ja Wilson. Like that's what you need to do, right? 15 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. Like those are numbers that will be really good for the Aces, especially as the season goes on, right? Of course, you want her to score 20 plus points or whatever. But my point is the assist numbers is where it's at. We're gonna continue to see that for A'ja as the season goes on. She's going to play that decoy where it's like all eyes on her, and then boom, she's gonna make that pass, and then somebody is going to be able to knock down a shot, whether that's a 3, whether that's a 2 or whatever. But they're going to be able to make some stuff happen. In this game, Jackie Young kept this team in it. She kept this team in it, and she kind of took over at the end. She kept getting fouled, guys. Usually we see A'ja Wilson at the free throw line a lot for the Las Vegas Aces. But yesterday, it was all about Jackie Young. It was all about her, who was getting to the free throw line and whatnot. She's 9 of 10 from the free throw line. So always, guys, make your free throws, because free throws can be the thing that determines a win versus a loss. And really the fourth quarter push for the Aces, it was done because Jackie Young got fouled on a 3-point shot, right? Who was that? Was that Lucy Olsen that fouled Jackie on a 3? And then Jackie was like, "Okay, let's get it started. Let's get it started in the fourth quarter. Let's get it started." And she did her thing. Yeah. Anyway, once again, personally, I enjoyed Dana Evans. I thought Dana gave some really good minutes for the Las Vegas Aces. Now, did she have the most efficient game? No. But once again, I like the energy she brings to this team. And I think, again, this is a good fit for her. It's a really good fit for her. But yeah, overall, the Aces make it happen in the fourth quarter when it matters the most. Chelsea Gray, 17 points for her. Surprisingly, she was out-assisted by her own teammate, A'ja Wilson. So, but yeah, Aces got the win. Was it pretty? No, it wasn't. Did it look like they was going to lose for most of the game? Yes, it did. However, in the fourth quarter, champions win. And that's what this team did. Anyway. Also, yes, Crystal Bradford also, yeah, I would agree with that, Danielle. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yep. I would agree with that. Okay. All right, let's quickly go through the rest of this stuff because I've gone way too long. And now again, this is why I made the decision to do that abridged recap at the top. So if you missed that, you can if you're like, actually, I gotta go and finish the rest of my day, and if you just joined, go back, watch the first 10 minutes of the stream where I went through every single game that happened yesterday and gave the abridged version of it. And also, guys, again, let me know, did y'all like that? Did y'all like that really quick look at the games, and then now diving deeper and going into rabbit holes and whatever. Let me know. Let me know, guys. All right, let's move on to the other game, which was the Seattle Storm versus the Phoenix Mercury. Now, here's the thing. I thought the Phoenix Mercury was going to have this game. I thought they were winning. I thought they were going to win this thing. But you know, yeah. Actually, hold on. Let's let me cover this real quick. So see, a comment says, "What do you think about the incident with BG and Caitlyn?" So here's the deal. I saw this yesterday, late yesterday, where somebody posted on Twitter a video clip of Brittany Griner, being upset on the bench, and the person said that that Brittany Griner said like effing white girl or something like that, and accompanied that sort of caption with the video. And watching the video several times, and watching Brittany Griner's lip movements, I don't see how it's possible that she said what supposedly was said. It's not true. It seemed like she was saying like whack call or something like that. And the thing I hate is that people will figure out ways to try to dunk on the WNBA and try to make things appear as though they're as in a certain light when that's not true. Here's the thing. Why do you find it interesting to lie about what she said? Look at her lip movements. It's no way she said white girl. It's no way. Seemed like she was saying like whack call or something like that, but it clearly wasn't white girl. And it's rage baiting, but like that thing got millions and millions of views, and it's like, man, there's already negativity around the WNBA and whatnot. There's already stuff that already exists. Why are we making up stuff? Like I get it, it's for clicks and views. I get it, but if Brittany actually said that, okay, sure, whatever. You all can take it and do whatever. But the fact that that's not even what she said, that's not even what she said. Like it made me very annoyed. I'm just like, come on now. Like, why are you doing that? You're perpetually trying to make it seem like everybody's after Caitlyn when they're not. They're not, guys. And it's bad. It's not good for the WNBA, because you also have all these people who don't watch the WNBA, who just see stuff like that appear, and they're like, see, I knew, these players will like this and blah, blah, blah. And then you saw the comments and it was like all these people ragging on Brittany. And I'm just like, come on, man. She leave her alone. She didn't even say that. Like, let's do better. Let's do better, guys. I don't know. It annoyed me. It really did annoy me, because I'm like, dude, like, stop. Like, why are we making up stuff? Why are we making up stuff? Anyway. So I just wanted to address that real quick. I just wanted to address that because it's just like, come on now. Like, she didn't say that. It's very clear she didn't say that. Like, let's not make up stuff around the WNBA. But when you make up stuff around the WNBA and it fits a certain narrative, you can get millions and millions and millions of views on Twitter. I'm pretty sure there's probably some videos, YouTube videos about it. There's probably some articles written about it, to try to put the WNBA in a certain light. Why? You know? And it's always skewed a certain way. And it's like, okay, well, you don't have to do that. Like, come on now. Let's be better. And if that's truly what she said, okay, do whatever you want with it. But that's not what she said. Like, read her lips. That's not what she said. So, anyway, let's move on. Let's actually talk about the Seattle Storm, because the Seattle Storm, they won a pretty big game. Like, coming into this game, I really thought the Minnesota Lynx were Minnesota Lynx. I thought the Phoenix Mercury were gonna win this game. But in comes the dynamic duo of Nneka and Skylar. They did their big one in yesterday's game. 24 points apiece. Skylar Diggins-Smith, guys, Skylar Diggins is in her bag. Again, my apologies. I'm gonna probably mess up quite a bit. Hopefully by like, mid-season, I would have stopped accidentally saying the Smith. But Skylar Diggins played her butt off, guys. Skylar Diggins, 14 assists, 24 points. The 14 assists ties Sue Bird's franchise record for Seattle. She was dishing it out left and right. And guys, I think we might end up seeing a all WNBA season by Skylar Diggins. It was like she had a string on the basketball. She knew who to get it to at what time, and she was also knocking down her own shots. And I'm just like, girl, you better work. You better do your thing. So far, she's averaging 22 points this season. She is balling, guys. And it feels like, okay, here's the thing. Initially, coming into the season, Skylar was like, oh, this is like the most, she said, I'm paraphrasing, but she basically said something like, oh, this is the most talented team I've been on in terms of like the talent around her in Seattle. And at the time, when I kind of heard that, again, that was a paraphrase, but when I kind of heard that, I was like, oh, okay, well, really? You think so? Really? This is the best team? Best team you've been on, even when you were with Phoenix and blah, blah, blah. And I am starting to slowly see the vision of sorts. Because the Phoenix Mercury is a really good squad. Truly, really, really, really good squad. Even without Kalia Copper, they're a really good squad. And the way that this Seattle Storm team just sort of like hung with it, barely down at the half, and then in the second half they were like, actually, let's just turn it up a notch, a little notch. Let's turn it up a little bit. And in that fourth quarter, it was over. Because similar to the other games we talked about, Phoenix forgot how to play and forgot how to score in part of the game. But watching this Seattle Storm team and watching how everybody played their role. Skylar, passing, shooting, did her thing, right? Nneka. Talking about efficiency. Nneka Ogwumike, the player who Madam President of the WNBA, like she was in her bag, guys. She was like, don't sleep on me. Don't sleep on me. 11 of 15 from the field, 8 rebounds, 24 points for Madam President Nneka. And everybody else just did a little bit here and there. Dominique Malunga got a couple of minutes. She got her first bucket. She got 2 points in this game. But overall, I'm just saying, like, this team is a team that they decided to stay. They're staying for Eurobasket. Like, they're not going away for Eurobasket. They're gonna work through this stuff, and I guarantee you, this Seattle Storm team, they're just getting started. I think, and also guys, Erica Wheeler, can I do a quick Erica Wheeler appreciation? Erica Wheeler played her big one yesterday. Now, efficiency wise, yeah, she was missing some shots. However, she gave this team some really, really, really good minutes, guys. She brought energy and she just brought like activity. So I'm just saying, like, you know, yes, Skylar and NECA were like, ooh, yes, y'all, that's prime Skylar, prime NECA for sure. But I gotta say, Erica Wheeler did her thing. Okay, I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, Erica Wheeler, girl, you better work. I thought she played good. I thought she played really good in this game. Now again, efficiency gotta get better, but like in terms of energy, in terms of impact, she had it. All right. So, you know, I'm just saying. I think Henry. I mean, NECA and Skylar are definitely in the talks for it. They're definitely in the talks for that. But you know, did her thing. I'm just saying. Tisha says Wheeler was fire in Dallas too. It took me a minute to realize that Jewell was was with Vegas and realize it was her. Yeah, I enjoy watching her play. Oh yeah, you're right, Emmanuel. You're right. At this point, Dominique Malunga, at this point, she does have 6 points in her WNBA career. She does have 6 points in her WNBA career. She had 2 yesterday, had 2 against Dallas, had 2 against Phoenix. Well, this is the second time playing Phoenix. So in the first game against Phoenix, she had 2. In the game against Dallas, she had 2. In yesterday's game against Phoenix, she had 2. CAC says, love the new studio look. Thank you. It took a while to get there, but we here and hope it looks pretty nice. I'm using slightly outdated posters. I know. I'm sorry. Like I'm using it's slightly outdated because these are posters from last year that I just got, and I was like, let me just get the posters, and like I'll figure out a way to use them eventually, and then I figure out a way to use them. So we have there we go. We have Alyssa Thomas right here in her Connecticut Sun uniform. She's, of course, not on Connecticut anymore. We have Jewell Loyd over here as well in her Seattle Storm uniform. She's not with Seattle anymore. But all the other ones are correct. I don't have one for I don't think I have a Phoenix one up there. Because I had a Phoenix poster of Brittany Griner. And in terms of, like, alignment, like, it wouldn't be even. And I was like, it'd feel like an odd man out, and so I didn't put it up there. And I don't have a poster for Golden State, but I will. Maybe by the end of the season, I'll get another poster pack, and then I'll be able to update that anyway. Yeah, she's not. I mean, Gabby Williams hasn't done much so far, I would say, but yeah, we'll see. I will say this: like Gabby Williams. 11 points for her, 4 of 9 from the field. But Gabby Williams is someone who turns it up at certain times. And I feel like the best games we've seen from Gabby Williams has kind of been when she's been with her national team in France. With the French national team. I feel like those kind of have been her best games is when she's been overseas. And she's making an impact, right? But I think we'll see some of those like 20 plus point games for her towards the end of the season, towards the playoffs and whatnot, she's making an impact. She's scoring, right? It's not like Gabby Williams is doing nothing. Absolutely not, right? Defensively, she's rocking out. Offensively, she's not scoring 20, but she's averaging 10 so far this year. So offensively not bad. But defensively is that's her bread and butter. But I would say I would say that we'll see some of the French version of Gabby, especially later in the season. But yeah, Terrence, yeah, Gabby is a really good chase down defender, and also just defender in general. Like, defense is where she hangs her hat. She hangs her hat on defense a lot of times, and you gotta rock out with it. You gotta rock out with it. Okay. So again, that's Seattle. And the Golden State Valkyries, I talked about them earlier, but they're good, right? They had a really good game yesterday against the LA Sparks. Now here's the thing, LA, I gotta give them some props for having some fight back in this one. But they had probably one of the worst quarters of their year this year. In the second quarter of yesterday's game, where they basically went cold, couldn't really hit shots. They were just bad. And they got it back a little bit in the fourth quarter, but like overall, I gotta say this: the Golden State Valkyries. I gotta update myself from before. Here's the thing: I talked about the Golden State Valkyries preseason. I talked about how they were a team that looked that made some questionable decisions, in my opinion. Like one of the decisions to waive Letitia Amihir. I just had some question marks. I was just like, I'm confused. What are you doing? And also their decision to keep so many international players. Like there was a lot of like, what are y'all doing, Golden State? But I will say this, guys, I was wrong about the Golden State Valkyries. I was wrong. And they are going to win a substantial amount of games. Right now, they are 2-1 on the season, 2 wins, 1 loss on the season. They're looking good. And I was wrong. This team, I thought, maybe they want to get Juju, so maybe they're okay with not being that great and blah, 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 blah. Dog, I was wrong. Really, really wrong. We saw these French players in, I believe, their first year in the WNBA rock out, guys. Janelle Salon, who started off this game knocking down threes, she finished with 18 points in this game. She was on fire, guys. On fire. 4 for 8 from the three. Ultimately, 5 of 11 from the field. She was aggressive. She was looking for her shot early. And it was just like, hey, if you got it, let it fly. And that's what she did. 8 rebounds for her as well. And it was very, very fun to see. Because, again, going into this season, I didn't know much of anything about Janelle Salon. Not really. Of course, she plays for the French national team, but I didn't know much about her. I didn't, because she wasn't in the WNBA before. She didn't play. She did not play college basketball in the U.S. And the thing also is that not only do you have Salon, you got Carla Late as well. Carla Late, who again was somebody else that I didn't know much about at all. Yes, the Dallas Wings drafted her last year. and they gave her up. The Golden State Valkyries ended up picking her up. And, she had a really good game yesterday. 19 points for her. Shot 70% from the field. Made all her threes. She was a huge impact player in this game. Huge. And everybody else just played their role. Kayla Thornton. Not the best efficiency in terms of her three-point shooting. However, big impact on both the offensive and the defensive end. 14 points for her. 10 rebounds. Double-double. Not only that, but she had four steals in this game. Veronica Burton. Yeah, she didn't score a 20+ points like she did in the last game, but she was an impact as well. 12 points for her. 5 steals for her. Because also the reason for that is just because the LA Sparks kind of went on a turnover fest of sorts. But yeah, this team has some promise. Kate Martin with 2 threes in this game, right? Like, this team is pretty interesting. And also, they won this game with Julie Van Loo struggling. And so, that has to... that has to do something, right? So, anyway, also Timmy Fagbenle was just energizing money as well. 8 points for her, 6 rebounds. She did her thing as well. Like, this Golden State Valkyries team now, it's early. We are 3 games in, but early as it is, I think this team is going to give other teams work. This team is going to play hard. They're going to play fun. And, I had some critiques about some of the decisions coming into the season, but hey, maybe I was wrong. Again, 3 games in. So, like, we'll see, how the season goes. But, like, I was like, okay, girl, you better do your thing. You better do your thing, in terms of Natalie Nicase. Like, she's getting some good wins. She is getting some good wins. I will say this. For LA, Dearica Hamby, and she was doing her thing in this one. Azurá Stevens, kind of struggled in this one. Like, Azurá Stevens, she balled out in LA's last game, but like she, didn't do much in terms of scoring. That is, in terms of scoring for the LA Sparks. She only had 3 points. She had 10 rebounds though, so that was cool. But Kelsey Plum has cooled down a little bit. She's cooled down slightly from her sort of dominant self. Like, Kelsey Plum was on a tear, right? She had 37 points to start the season, then 18, then 25. Now she's at 16. So, like, I think we just got to get this LA Sparks team more in the groove, and we actually have to get them to play a full 40 minutes. The reason why the LA Sparks lose this game is because it felt like they tried to turn on the Jets when the game was over. All right. They were trying to turn on the Jets in the fourth quarter, and they were it was just down. They were just down a little bit too bad to actually make a comeback. So, while we saw, in some of those other games, the fourth quarter be the deciding factor, for this one, it just wasn't enough time for the LA Sparks, and also because the Valkyries didn't collapse in the fourth quarter. So, like, that's something to know. And also, remember, yes, Emmanuel, I think you're right, says, Plum is trying to put the team on her back, but with all the minutes she's playing and no Rakia, it's a lot on her. When Rakia comes back, they're good. And when Brink comes back, they're really good. Yeah. Because, again, you still have, I believe the second game she started, but Sarah Ashley Barker is starting for this team, and like I thought she played better today. yesterday. But yeah, there's still a lot of growth that needs to happen. And once Rickea Jackson comes back, yeah, she'll be starting, and this team will look a little bit better. But yeah, overall, great start for the Golden State Valkyries. Now, this is still early, but as of right now, I'm eating my words. As of right now, but 3 games in, we got 41 games left to go for the Golden State Valkyries. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. Anyway, that's the stream. That's my spiel. Hopefully that was interesting. To just walk through the games that happened yesterday. Now, again, let me know. Did y'all like that style? Did y'all like doing like a quick burst at the top and then deeper, rambly, winding roads as the as the stream went on? Because as y'all know, that's my style. It seems very windy, like windy roads. Like I just kind of go everywhere when I'm talking. So hopefully that was okay. Thank you so much for the super chat, Coco. And Coco also says, Quita, will you and Mama be going to WNBA All-Star this year? That's the goal. Yeah, that's the goal. Is to get media passes, because we were gonna buy tickets, but like I waited in the I was there to like buy tickets at the moment tickets went on sale, and I was in this long queue, and by the time I got through the queue, all the tickets were sold, and it was just resale available, and the resale prices are crazy. The goal is for me and Mama to get press credentials, so we can go to the game and cover it that way. That's the goal. I'll keep y'all updated on the process of that. But yeah, that's the goal. That should happen. Pete, thank you so much for the super chat. Says we should have kept our number 3 pick, and our coach was on the bench all the time. Talking about the Chicago Sky. Yeah, in hindsight, yeah, it seems like we should have kept the number 3 pick. I don't have a problem with him sitting on the bench for most of the game. He didn't sit on the bench the entire game, but like for most of the game, I think it's fine. I guess I don't really have a preference either way, whether or not a coach is standing or sitting for most of the game. I don't really care as much. But yeah, I think we should have kept that number 3 pick. As of right now, we'll see how. Again, we're only basically a weekend to the WNBA season, so we'll see as the season goes on. But yeah. Groove, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, did you buy the A1s? Keep up the great work, Q. Not yet. I haven't bought the A1s yet, but I will. I was waiting to get the black and pink, which I think is supposed to be released at the end of the month. But the more and more I've been waiting on it, the more and more I'm actually thinking I actually may want pearl instead, because I feel like I could wear that with more stuff than the black and pink. Though I was at the Sky game and I did see a guy who had the blue A1s, and they looked really, really good. Like they look really good. So I was like, maybe I want the blues. I don't know. I got to think about it. I don't really wear Nikes. Like I don't have any Nike shoes right now at all. And so I'll probably have to buy it in person, because Nike shoes, when I used to wear them, they were very narrow, it seemed. So I'll have to try them on and make sure I get the right pair. Kyle, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I love when your New York accent slips through. LOL. What words do I say in a New York accent? I don't know. I'm not like joking. I'm like serious. Like I don't know. I've been in New York once. I don't know. I don't think I talk like a New Yorker. I don't know. I just talk like I talk. But yeah. What exactly do I say in a New York accent? I'm very curious. Shanae, thank you so much for the super sticker. It is a pair character lifting some weights saying, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Speaking of that, I need to be lifting some weights, man. I gotta get back to working out. I work out. Anyway. LL Kune says, Quita definitely does not have a New York accent. I mean, I don't think I do, but I don't think I do, but Shree says the A1s fit narrow. I had to go a full size up, and I got the pearl at Dick's. Uh-oh. Pam says, does anyone else notice the sound muting every couple seconds? Yeah, does anyone else notice that? Does anyone else notice that? Shamika says she has a pseudo country Midwest accent, and I love it. It's hilarious. Ananda says Quita has a Chicago accent and it sounds like her family is originally from down south. Yes, that's correct. That is correct. That is correct. But anyway, yeah, if the sound is like muting and whatnot, that's a YouTube issue. You have to hop out and hop back in. Hop back and hop back in. Close out your YouTube app and come back in, and it should work no problem. Okay? All right, but with that being said, I mean, no need to do that because we are done here. I have talked as much as I could talk, and we've been going for how long? Wow, almost a 2-hour stream, guys. Almost a 2-hour stream. Oh my goodness, that's too long. That's too long. We've been talking for a long time, guys. A long time. Thank you so much, Benji Baby, for the super chat. Says y'all have to leave the stream and come back if it happens. It's a YouTube glitch. Okay, but it says dang after I said a super chat. I appreciate your super chat, Benji. I appreciate your super chat. But yeah, hop out, hop back in. Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's the stream. That's the stream. Hopefully y'all had a great time watching the games yesterday. It's a lot of games. And on deck today, we got a couple of good ones. Liberty versus the Fever at 12 p.m. Central, or 1 p.m. Central time, or 1 p.m. Eastern time, 12 p.m. Central. We have the Dallas Wings versus the Atlanta Dream at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So those are the two games on deck today. And I don't know. Should I go live for any of these games? I don't know. I gotta decide. I have to decide. But yeah, I might be back. Maybe. I mean, I'm definitely gonna watch the games. It depends on do I want to watch and talk through them. Sure, I'll do it. Actually, maybe. Game time decision, guys, on whether or not I'm gonna stream through the Liberty and Fever game as well as the Wings versus Dream game. A thing to note, guys, I will not be live tomorrow. Okay, not be live. I will not be live tomorrow. Oh, thank you so much, Ashton. Says, Quita, thank you for keeping it strictly basketball and not getting caught up in the drama. Salute. Yeah, I try not to because it's so much stuff happening that has nothing to do with women's basketball. And so, like, that's a whole thing. But yeah, I got to talk about the basketball of it all. Now, we're talking about just the basketball gets you a lot of clicks and views. No, it won't. Like, I appreciate all y'all for rocking with me. Truly. But I know that if I I don't know, if I were to have made the stream all about what was posted about Brittany Griner yesterday and had some salacious title, I probably would have had way more people watching because people like scandal, people like people like drama, people like stuff like that. Less people like the actual games of it all, and so that's why I'm so appreciative of you all for rocking with me and proving the fact that just talking about the games it won't have the most amount of people, but there are a sizable amount of people who are interested in the basketball of it all. Okay. All right. So anyway, I'm not doing a live stream, a morning live stream tomorrow. I'm not doing that. So tomorrow I will be live for the Sky versus Sparks game, but I will not be live for Quita in the morning. So there will not be a Quita in the mornings tomorrow. There will not. But I will be live for the Sky versus Sparks game. Okay. And so yeah, I'll see y'all then. All right. Y'all have a good one. I will see y'all in the next one. Anyway, see y'all. Thank you so much for rocking with me, and I'll see y'all maybe later today. Maybe. Bye-bye.